Welcome ladies and gentlemen, and today we'll be discussing about the AppBar. So let's quickly open up our Android Studio, and I'm also going to open up my simulator along with that. Okay, I'm going to open Android simulator. Based on feedback from certain viewers, I have changed the screen's resolution to 1080. The modding will still be 4K, but it will just make the text a little bit bigger and easy for you to follow up the code. In case you don't like it and want me to revert back to my 4K screen, I can do that as well. Alright, so I'm going to open up my iPhone simulator as well. So this is our Flutter app so far, and today our focus area will be primarily our AppBar. So this is our AppBar, this tiny small thing, and we will be working on that today. So let's quickly start running the app. I'm going to run it on Android. So it is executing right now. This is my Android simulator. I'm going to parallelly run it on iPhone. Yep. And also on, let's say, Google Chrome. So select Google Chrome and run that as well. So I'm running three things at the same time, and of course you may or may not be able to do so, and I'm again repeating, this depends purely on your system resources. Alright, so before we continue, I'll just help you understand what exactly is your AppBar. So while this is compiling, I'll bring to your notice this image. Yeah, so this is a typical AppBar. This is how it looks like. You have a AppBar. So in case of ours, we have written welcome to my Flutter app. So your welcome to my Flutter app is your title, where it is written as ABC, and then this is your leading text. You can see some icons over here to go back to previous screen, or maybe open up a sub menu so that you can see your profile and things like that, or maybe a long list of different settings you can perform. These are action buttons. So as you see, leading can be only one, but actions can be multiple. So action is a set of widgets. You can put up text, you can put up icons, you can put up anything you want. You can also put up like triple dots, and using those triple dots, when somebody click on it, like you see over here, these triple dots, when somebody will click on it, it open up a sub menu. You may have seen it in your apps, so you can put up all these things over here. Bottom is basically the bottom area, which cannot take any standard widget, but typical widget like tab bars. So if I give you some example of what bottom widget will be, so I take this example. Now over here, these triple horizontal lines is your leading. So your leading is these triple horizontal lines. These action buttons, he has only used one, probably a text button or a plain button which says logout. And your bottom part is these tabs which says today, add to plate, and my plate. It's not mandatory that you have to implement all. If you just want bottom one, just implement bottom. If you don't want actions, don't put any actions button. If you don't want leading, you need not to do it. And if you only want title, this is what we have doing it over here. Feel free to do so. So this is another picture. So over here, if you see, you might have seen similar like that, like Google Maps. So they are using a tabbed button, but they are not using any leading or any actions. So it is purely a bottom bar, which is inside your app bar, and they are using three icons, and these three icons will be part of a tab. Alright, so we will be discussing what are tabs. We will be discussing what are these leading icons and how do we do it. We can also create these action buttons. However, when you click on it, it needs to perform certain action which we have not covered, and we will cover up in our substantial topics. Alright, so let me quickly close all of them, and I'll just keep this open in case I need that for future reference to confirm. And yeah, that's it. So we have run our Android, and our iPhone and our Chrome. So iPad we have not done it, so let's do iPad as well. So it will be 4 things running. Okay, so quickly returning our focus to the app bar. Now when you put your icon on the app bar, so it has some leading widget and it also have some action widgets. So just see the difference. The action widget is a list of widgets, which means it can be multiple. However, leading is just a single widget, so which means it cannot be multiple. So again, coming to this, leading can be only one and action can be multiple. So that's what is being shown over here. Your actions is multiple, it's a list, and your leading is only one. And of course, so we can have standard things like elevation and elevation shadow color. Plus you can have your foreground, background colors, very simple things. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, as simple as that, we can give it a background color. So title, there is already a comma, so I'm going to put up a background color to it. So what I need to do is to write background color, and I can give it a colors dot, in case let's say red, give it a red. And let me, this is my this is your iPhone, my iPhone is over here, and let me do a quick hot restart, and now you see your icon app bar has become red color. So you can mix and match the theme based on the theme of your client. And in case you want to make it smaller, feel free to make it smaller, just write super app and it will be fine as well. See, the text has changed, we have already seen that. So if you want to go into more you can say cosmetic things, just give it an elevation. So elevation, let's say give it an elevation of 15. So when I execute it, you will see a small shadow on it. I don't know how visible it is in the video, depending upon the quality, but if I just change it, you can say a color of it. So to change, maybe a shadow color, and again colors dot, let's say deep orange. So when I do deep orange, you will see a tiny bar of deep orange color which is behaving as a shadow. In case you want to make it very big, let's say 150, I'm just putting it, no one does 150 elevation, but just to make it visible for you. So you see, you might have seen a little bit dark yellow or deep orange color which you see as elevation for the app bar. So again, let me put it a very, you can say smaller one, just 10. Alright, so that's how your elevation and shadow color works. So going into more substantial ones, let's say if we want to put up something leading or actions. So in case you want to put up a leading, leading can be any widget. So let's say I just give it a text widget and I write front. I'm just putting up random word, so you'll see front over here. Anyways, as I told you, you can put up these 3 triple horizontal lines, and these 3 horizontal lines when you click can perform certain action. We will do that in our advanced topics, but I'm just giving you example how to use the leading icon. And similar way, the way we have used leading can be only one. In a very similar way, we can use actions. Now actions is a list of widgets. So to use action, this is my empty widget. So let's give it some buttons. Of course, we have seen, if I go down, we have seen icon, and over here we have used icon. So let me copy that, and in our action I put up a AC unit, and in itself it's perfectly fine. I may be able to do something else with it, but if I execute it, you see AC button coming over here. But to put up an icon does not make sense. We need to actually have some action, which means it's better for me to put up a button which I can click and then perform an action. If I put up icon, it probably will be purely cosmetic. So instead of icon, it's best for me to put up maybe a button or an icon button. So to put up an icon button, I have to choose icon button, and icon button can have a on pressed functionality. As we discussed last time, if we don't want a on pressed functionality, we just put it empty, and icon can be your this icon, right? So this should be fine. Now when I press on it, this icon is now clickable, right? And again, since I have not defined any on pressed functionality, there is nothing it is doing. We will be covering this on pressed functionality by, you can say, in our future topics. For now I'm just keeping it empty. So just like a typical icon button, I can have another function, like what should it should have some sort of, you can say, when I pressed it, does it show some tooltip? So tooltips are again extremely common, more used in HTML or web browser than in Android or iOS, but nevertheless it has that functionality, and in case you want to do that, we will be able to do it. So all these things we can use. We can use your icon size again, just like icon, we can give it a color, anything we want to do. Same way tooltip we can define, and tooltip will be of type string, which means I can write a free text. So let's try a tooltip. So if I write a tooltip and I simply say first icon, all right. So when I execute it, again Android and iOS takes tooltip differently. So to see tooltip, you actually have to press it. So when you press it, you see first icon. That's the tooltip which I have seen. In case of HTML, it works differently. So let me do my Android hot restart. Let me do it all 1 2 3, and all 4 devices are going for a hot restart. Same way, if you see it on iPhone, press it and you see the tooltip. Otherwise, if you just point on it, it shows nothing. That's the default behavior. On your web browser, I'm sorry, the debug icon is holding off your icon, may not be visible, but when you point on it, it shows first icon. That's how web works. Similar way on your Android, when you point on it, it shows nothing, but when you press, it shows your tooltip, and that's the default Android behavior. Tablet probably will be same as your phone. Press it and see the icon. I hope that's clear. So that's how the things are. And as I said, you can always do nesting. So in case icon has these properties, I can define custom properties to it. In case I want to define a color or a size, I'm okay to do it. So if you want to give it a color for your icon, colors dot what color you want. So red on red may not be look fine, so let's put up blue. And if I do a hot restart of your, this is your iPhone, Chrome browser, this probably is my iPhone, yeah. So I do a hot restart and this is now blue in color. All right, so since action can be multiple, of course I can copy that and I'm going to paste it. So once you paste it, let's say give it a different icon this time. So icons dot what kind of icon you want to give, let's say waves, give it waves. And if you want to change the color as well, give it a color of brown, fine. And let's say this is icon is AC unit, and just to differentiate, I can give it waves tooltip. Okay, so okay, yeah, the mistake is I have not differentiated these two buttons with a comma, so I'm going to put a comma. This error will go away. I'll do a hot restart and things will work. So this is your waves icon, this is your AC icon, and once you press that, you see waves tooltip. Once you press that, AC unit. If you want to do some particular action, we can write over here in on pressed. Right now we are not doing it, we are going to fill it in our future topics. So that's your action buttons for you. And again, I'm not going to put up bottom. Let's say if I want to put up a bottom over here, so you see bottom is not a standard widget. Bottom requires a dedicated, or you can say different type of widget, which is of preferred size. And generally preferred size type of is like an AppBar or typically a tab bar. And I have already showed you tab bar. Tab bar we will cover as a separate topic, because just giving tab bar as a tab bar, we can do it, but tab bar also requires controller, because you can select different tabs and different actions needs to be performed, or maybe different screens needs to be opened against each tab bar. So that's a little bit advanced. We will slowly come to there, slowly for surely, and that's how it works. So I'm going to remove the bottom one, and typically we can always do mix and match. So similar, in case you don't want your front also and only you want these icons, just go to this leading front. Maybe if you want to comment it, you execute, the front is gone. Now super bar is over here, and if you whether comment it or delete it, doesn't matter, execute. So this is your iPhone. I'm going to do hot restart of all. Yeah, so this is your iPhone, this is your web, AC unit, waves, tooltips coming by default. This is your Android simulator, again a very similar look and feel. And this is your tablet, very similar look and feel. This is your title. These are the two icons, and in case we want to put up a tab, once we cover that, we can add that to our app bar as well. Yeah, so very simple, easy topic for you. This is how you build your app bar, and this is how you can customize it. I hope you like that. If you have any queries, feel free to put it under your comments. I'll definitely reply to all of them. And I just want to say that please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends who also want to learn Flutter. So that's it from me today. I will cover up more advanced widgets in our future sessions. So till then, goodbye, and I see you soon. Peace.